What's going on, everybody? It's Jack. This is Log Cabin Firewood, and we are here live at the Paul Bunyan show. Just gonna walk around a little bit. It's Sunday. Didn't really record much yesterday. We'll walk around, check some things out, show you what this is all about. Stick around. This is one of the coolest things I've found so far. This is a helicopter with a series of cutting blades on it. And I guess this is for clear cutting, power lines and stuff. I bet the guy that flies this thing makes great money. I would have to say one of the coolest things about these big shows like this is being able to check out all the equipment. When I first got into watching YouTube and looking at firewood processors or processors, Dyna was one of the first ones that I remember seeing. These are little small compact machines. You can pull them around with your pickup truck. For me, I don't need anything like that, but it's awesome, the technology that's came out in the past decade. So I have never seen a winch like this. I believe this machine's right around 60,000 pounds, and you can set this on the side of, right at the top of the mountaintop, hook your equipment to it and send it down the side of a mountain, I guess, to clear it. This is wild. There's nothing but big stuff here. So I'm here with Jeff from Mountaintop Outdoors, and we are at the Easton Made Wood Splitters booth. Jeff, got a question for you that I always get all the time.
Yes, sir.
You have the 511, 916, 1222, and so on.
Yep.
There's Miss Patty. What do those numbers represent?
So when they used to have the Honda engines on the splitters, the first one would represent the horsepower of the engine. The second one would be gallon per minute. So if you look on this, for example, where this has a 1222, it used to stand for, see that 1222? So it used to be 12 horsepower, 22 gallon a minute pump.
All right, so you know I have an Easton Made. I have the 916.
Yep.
But I'm a new guy that just walked up today, and I want to buy something from you. And
Okay.
I only heat my house with firewood, and I'm not selling any. What's the machine you're going to recommend to me?
I would recommend the 1222, and the only reason is because on a 916 you have to do some upgrades. Only comes standard with like a couple different features. So if you want to do auto cycle valve and the cooler, the 916 doesn't have a cooler on it.
Something I wish I had on mine.
Yeah, so by the time you add all that up, you could be having the price of a 1222. Plus it's more tonnage and it's a little faster machine. So I could, for example, I would cut my own wood, and it's going to save so much time that I would turn around and say, you know what, let me cut 5-6 cords, sell that, and then therefore it would help set the cost off of my firewood as well for heating my home.
That's something that I realized when I got my 916. Yep. Is that I was pumping out more wood than I really needed for 2 years of what I burned.
Yep.
So that is a benefit of having a commercial splitter.
Yes, sir, it is.
Well, Jeff, thank you, man. Are you having fun at the show?
Yes, very busy. Very awesome days that we had here, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Today is Sunday, so it looks like it's going to be a pretty good crowd again today, and beautiful weather.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Jeff.
Yep, thank you.
Home.
Likewise, thank you.
So all of the lumber that was cut on these mills at the Paul Bunyan show, and all of the firewood that was split at the show gets auctioned off at the end of the show. So not only do the vendors have to buy this to use it for the show, it gets auctioned off at the end. A lot of firewood though. These big processors always impress me. Just the wedges on them. And this one has multiple wedges on it. This thing would definitely make some firewood fast. It's got a grapple to feed itself. Pretty nifty. Check this one out. This will make you some big wood here. PTO driven. Here we got the little brute force 1824. I believe this is the one that the guys up at Dude Ranch have, or had, or were showcasing there for a couple videos. It's definitely a nice little package. Folds up very nice, looks pretty convenient. And, you know, I'm a firewood guy, so I got to go around and check out all the splitters. These are You know, they make a nice product. Here we go. Mr. AJ Shaver. He's selling this one for $10.9. It's not a bad price for a commercial splitter. And there's just piles and piles of firewood all over the place. First time I saw one of these multi-techs was in Boonville. And I really like the concept of how there's a little grapple up top instead of a in-feed conveyor. Apparently this has been around for a while, but I've never really paid attention to processors. It's just a different concept. I like it. This thing makes a lot of wood fast. Here we got the Wolf Ridge booth. Their new vertical splitters. It's pretty cool that they're upping their game a little bit. These are awesome splitters for bundle wood. They really make good clean wood fast. And I do like that the conveyor on these is movable. A lot of fun and a little convenient package. And of course you do have the biggest and baddest machinery known to man. And I only say that because I own it. I talk all this stuff all the time, Team Orange and this and Team Orange and Blue. Well, everybody's got to feed their families, and there's a lot of good firewood processors and splitters on the market for every budget, for anyone. But this is Easton Made's newer machine, the 40C. It's still on the same chassis as this one, the 60C. It's a little bit smaller actually if I look at it. Looks like this is 6 to 8 inch channel on the frame, and this over here might be 4 or 6. Can't really see this far away. When I retire, this is something that I would like to get into. Easton Made has made a lot of wood this weekend. Wood Miser has a battery powered mill. This is a little different. Very different. They've got a nice mill booth set up here. Looks like they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of their machines out here. Everybody's going to town making lumber. I always thought these were neat little machines. The ram goes forward and backwards, and you just keep rotating your piece of wood back. That way you're splitting the piece of wood on the send and the return. Well, we are back at the cabin from the Paul Bunyan show. And had a phone call the day before we left. Customer wanted a 4 cord of wood. So there's the first cord of the season going down the road. So this is one of about 10 cord we have going down here that is ready for this year. As you know, I'm not really in it to win it with this whole firewood thing. This is just a hobby for me. It's something fun to do. We do heat our home with wood, and anything extra on top of what we keep for ourselves, I am willing to sell, or we save it for bundles. And I just walked around the Bunyan show a little bit and, you know, pointed the camera around and took some pictures of some things. All in all, it was a great trip. You know, I would never be doing this if it wasn't from the help of one of my bestest buddies, Mr. Brad, over at Firewood at the Furnace. He's been such a great leader, a mentor, and has been so helpful to everything I'm doing here. And it was great to catch up with everybody. I met a few new faces. It's a really cool community we have here. I think that's going to be it. Catch you on the next one.